How to become an excellent student of English literature? Well, this is a very common question, and this question can show up in the mind of those students who are either enrolled in the course of English literature or who want to take admission in this particular course in far or near future. So with the help of this particular video, I will give an answer to this question, but before I do so, I want to share a piece of advice with all of you. See, I believe that those students who are enrolled in the course of English literature will watch this video, but those students who wish to take admission in this particular discipline in far or near future are also going to watch this video. So this particular piece of advice is predominantly for those students. Look, students, if you want to take admission in the discipline of English literature, make sure that you get into the best institution possible. Okay, I know that it is very difficult to get into the apex institution because seats are limited and entrance examination is tough, but try to find the best institution that you can get for yourself, because there are 3-4 reasons behind this particular argument. So once you get inside a very good institution, you will not need these types of videos. You won't have to watch videos that tell you how can you become a very good student of English literature, or how can you learn very good English, or how can you learn this, how can you learn that. Okay, you won't have to watch such videos. The institution will do everything for you. The institution will provide everything to you, right from exposure to good standard knowledge. In fact, the institution will actually teach you how to walk, dress and speak properly. So get into a good institution that has got great culture, okay, great professors. In fact, the standard of the students who go and take admission there is good, so go there. Okay, now coming to the points. Now here are 5 points. These are basically 5 habits that if you bring inside of you, these qualities, if you bring them inside of you, you can become an excellent student of English literature. So the first point, improve your knowledge of English language. First of all, understand this thing that English language and English literature, well, these two are not two different or separate things. These two are linked. So improve your knowledge of English language. And how can you do so? You can simply improve your knowledge of grammar. You can practice grammar exercises. Once you are done with grammar, move to the composition section. Use whatever you have learned from the grammar section into the composition section and the exercises that are available in the composition section of English grammar and composition book, because barely and rarely you will find a book that only contains the grammar portion or the composition portion. Most of the grammar books which are available in the market go by the name English grammar and composition for so and so class. Okay, understand syntax, enrich your vocabulary, learn new words. You can learn idioms and phrases, you can learn proverbs, okay, antonyms, synonyms, just learn those things. Okay, improve your writing style, because you have to learn 3-4 types of writing style if you want to become a very good student of English literature, because there are expectations from you and you have to live up to them. Reading speed is also a very important factor. If you want to become good student of literature, improve your reading speed, because comprehensions show up in the examination. Comprehensions come in the examination that you will take after the completion of your graduation or your post-graduation. Okay, keep these things in your mind and don't overlook these points. Okay, now second point is cover your entire syllabus. Now the syllabus of English literature is quite vast. So you have to read about the history of English literature. You have to understand, you have to develop good understanding about novels, dramas, plays and epics. You have to understand figures of speech. You have to understand different writing style, how Shakespeare used to write, how Christopher Marlowe used to write, about university wits, about different authors, playwrights, etc., etc. Then you have to understand literary criticism, because that's too important. and it plays a very significant role. And then one more thing that I would like to add: read from the original text. Do not ignore the original text. Don't just confine yourself up to translations or summaries or gists only, because if you read from the original text, you will be able to understand that what portions are actually important, which proverbs or sayings you need to memorize or keep in your mind, which particular extract or excerpt stands for what type of meaning. You just will develop a very good understanding. So in case if you go and become professor, assistant professor, if you go into press, you go into media, you will be able to understand different English, different perspective, different points. So just read from the original text. Okay, third point is learn to write good answers. Score good in your examination. But see, if I will just give you one advice very quickly. If you want to score good in your examination, understand one thing, that history and English literature, these two are quite different. So in history, if an incident took place in the past, you will find a date. You will get the exact date when that particular incident took place. So it's not the case with literature. In literature, dates are available but not that much in number. So if you read the books, you will find that words such as perhaps, possibly, probably, maybe, might be, these have been used quite frequently. So don't overlook these words. Include these words in your answers too. Okay, just keep this thing in your mind. Don't overlook these words. These are not there for decoration purposes, or these are not there to just for no reasons. Okay, yeah. And one more important point: understand the marking scheme of your institution or your university. So if you are in a university that gives marks to those students who fill pages, then fill pages. If your university values points and facts, gather points and facts. So you have to play very smart over here. You have to understand how your university awards marks, or what are the things your university gives maximum importance to. So write those things in your answer. Okay. So now moving to the fourth point. The fourth point is find exposure. Again, if you are in a good institution, the institution will definitely make a good exposure available to you. The university itself will encourage you to get exposed to different types of things and cultures. But in case if you think that your university is not doing these many things for you, or due to some reason you have not been able to get into that type of environment, then try to participate in debates. Okay. Improve your speaking skill, make your oration good, participate in essay competition, watch street plays and dramas. And one more important thing, the students of literature actively participate in theatre pertaining activities like Nukkar Natak and awareness programs and all. So be a participant in those things as well. Watch movies, web series, listen to English songs, read newspaper, watch English anchors, understand how they speak, where they take a pause, where they simply just go all guns blazing. Okay, work on your breathing rhythm as well, because if you want to become a very good speaker of English language, you will have to understand how you're basically how you breathe. I mean, you have to inhale, how you have to exhale. You have to understand these things, where you have to take pause, where you have to put pressure. You have to understand these things. Okay, and become open-minded, because the day you decided to take literature up, that very day you ended all your relationship with orthodox mentality or fundamentalist mentality. Become open-minded. If you're not open-minded, literature is not for you. Literature is not for rigid people, right? You have to become very liberal, very open-minded. Okay, because it's an amalgamation of different cultures. And if you are a kind of person who is quite emotional about a particular type of culture, then literature is probably not for you. And fifth point, this is my favorite point: maintain good friend circle. Try to stay in a competitive environment. Why I am saying so? Because, for example, you have a goal, you want to achieve that goal, and the people you are surrounded with are no more interested in that goal. They have different goals. Okay, maybe you want to learn something, they are not even interested in that. So they are not going to help you. It's all about environment, culture, good friend circle, decent professor, good reading materials and all. Okay, so when you get into a good friend circle, when you find people who are educated, when you keep such people around you, you often come across challenges. They give challenges to you. For example, someone will come with 5 new words, or someone will learn a new type of writing skill. And if you want to be their friends, if you want to remain as their friends, as their friend basically, so you too will have to develop those skills. You too will have to read and understand those things. So that will in the long run improve you. So don't overlook. So these are the 5 points basically. Do not overlook even one point. Do these things regularly. And that's it. You will become a very good student of literature. Thank you.